Mnangagwa supporters. I call them, in fact, some they are ZANU-PF people. You know, I've said it that to me personally, I would never trust a ZANU-PF person. That is to say, I interact with everybody, especially in this channel. I give them a platform, but I will never trust a ZANU-PF. Once a ZANU-PF, always a ZANU-PF. I've said that statement beyond, even when Rutendo, we were saying, taking some of the good things that he was saying against the regime, but I kept on underscoring that don't trust Rutendo. So many Zimbabweans, in spite of numerous days campaign online by ZANU-PF to discourage the youths of Zimbabwe from participating in the protest of the 31st of July. Let me tell you, without going very, very far, the 31st of July can be a deal maker if you protest. The fact that the regime is standing up, don't worry, whoever is used to say whatsoever. In every struggle, there will always be casualties. That is the truth. In every struggle, there will always be individuals who sacrifice themselves for the freedom of others. There is absolutely no necessary change that happens in any country without any casualties. As much as we don't want this to be alarming, but that should not stop. Everyone is now seemingly discouraging people from protesting. This is ZANU-PF. They fear, they know it's the real deal. All officials, 2030ists, are beginning to speak against this protest, because it has to take that way, it has to take that route for the things to be okay. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Let's listen to this youth speaking following the threats that are made by Emmerson Mnangagwa.
This is Enemy Lupeng Chemba. I just want to acknowledge you as the representative of the mafia government that we have. Let us be serious. Okay, Mr. President, look, no, nothing is going to stop the 31 March.
Okay, this is a youth. I think I have to actually stop this. I didn't hear that this voice. We don't want to be actually in trouble. There's a song that is being played, but these are the youths that are speaking against Emmerson Mnangagwa, properly characterizing his regime as a mafia regime. Mnangagwa is leading a mafia. He is a gang leader leading other fellow gangsters. And definitely, even a mad person knows that we don't deserve the president we have in Zimbabwe. I've seen a lot of people that are being used to speak against these protests. But anyway, let me tell you this very, very simple thing. If you see your enemy doing something, if you see ZANU-PF, when you actually want to protest against it, the very same ZANU-PF standing up and say, no, the protests are wrong, understand that you are doing the right thing. I will repeat again, understand that you are doing the right thing. They are up on social media. Let me play this guy also that is paraded by ZANU-PF, trying to discourage people from protesting. And this is from...
Senate makavotwa zvakabuda 90% kusvika president waita se wasaina nhasi takunzwa nyanya dzakuti musi wa31 dakupinda mustreet uyu wamutemo maakurwa nemutemo wakomana munokwara bozi mutemo kana wasainwa
Okay, so this is the language that is used by ZANU-PF people. They say, this one says "Mnokubara," which means you would be injured. You know, this is they are inflicting fear. Don't expect them to say, no, guys, protest. It is your right. A mafia state will never say that. And also those who are aiding the mafia states will never say that. And also one of the individuals who seems to have joined the fray is Traore. We usually had Traore. I'm sure most probably is listening. I'm really disappointed with you, Traore, my brother. I know that they imprisoned you, but having to choose to actually go this, what has happened? What has happened? Is it giving up? Or you were part of what is happening today. I don't know. Let's hear him. Compare him with the other time I was interviewing him and compare him with now. Let's hear him speaking about the protest. Why didn't he keep quiet? That's the
Comrades
thing.
and friends, how are you? I just hope this message finds you well wherever you are. This is Comrade out here. And I just have an issue that I would like us to talk about. 31 July protests. I think I addressed this issue 2 times. Today is the 3rd day I'm going to be talking about these protests. And to be honest with you, it's not wise for people to participate in these protests. I don't see these protests yielding any results. If people are not careful, people are going to be arrested. Why do I say so? People were given enough time to do consultations as far as
Okay, let me stop my brother there. I don't want to go very further. I think, I respect everyone. I call my brother because I used to interview him. We talked a lot. Traore, now what has changed? This guy, when I was asking him, he told me that, no, I'm a ZANU-PF. I don't want to lie. I'm from ZANU-PF. Remember, in my earlier statement, I said, never trust anyone from ZANU-PF. Now, Traore says, people were given enough time. Traore, were people given enough time? When were the people of Zimbabwe given enough time? I didn't want to listen to many information. When were the people of Zimbabwe given enough time? Were you following the proceedings that were done by Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa through consultation? The consultative process that was done by Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. If you were following that, who were allowed to speak? It was only ZANU-PF members who are supporting this 2030 term extension. When others went to court, the likes of Professor Lovemore Maduku, they were told why couldn't they wait for actually this, because CAP 3 is not yet a law. It's premature to actually take it to court. Now, after Mnangagwa quickly signed it into law within a space of 1 week, now the person who was on the other side, appearing to be on the other side, now says people were given enough time. Who was given enough time? Was in the first place Traore genuinely supporting retired General Chiwenga? That is the question. Was Traore generally actually generally, I was reading someone, generally on the other side, supporting Chiwenga as he claimed. Whenever I interviewed him, he would wear a t-shirt with Chiwenga. You can check those interviews. The man was speaking against Zwikananda. At one point, I used to think, because Traore used to actually call me with a South African number, I used to think that Traore was in South Africa. And I heard the one thing, he was arrested. He was one of the people who was arrested alongside Matsibaba Shanduko and other war veterans, but he was quick to actually be released from prison. And all of a sudden, is it the torture that happened in prison? Is he trying to actually protect himself, knowing that Mnangagwa has already started going after potential activists who could protest on that day? There are many questions. I hope I will get a clear answer on that. So that's why I said it's quite tough and a challenging thing to trust anyone from ZANU-PF. People from, they are used to culture. ZANU-PF operates through money. So if others see an opportunity that if we support this person and things happens to go according to our own way, when he gets into power, most probably he may make me to be a government official, a minister, or if I am involved in his campaign, this guy can actually create. I will live well post that. I see that kind of vibes from my brother. All of a sudden, he is now sees everything is wrong about Zimbabweans. Let me tell you one thing. We've been fighting against Emerson. Me, it's for the entire life. When I started to see, I've been against ZANU-PF, autocratic or authoritarian leadership. I've been against this toxic political environment that has been created by ZANU-PF, and I will continue. I know that there are many people who are traitors along the way. The struggle is not easy, by the way. Along the way, you will be betrayed. I know people at one point whom were criticizing the regime together. And these people, when actually they were promised heaven and earth, it was so quick for them, so quick, very, very quick for them to actually sleep with the regime. So it's worse for someone who has been into ZANU-PF and arose through the structures of ZANU-PF. Most of those guys, they are not supporting ZANU-PF because it is an ideal political party. They are supporting it for survival. They will support any nonsense for the sake of survival. So there is a lot. I've been actually checking on social media, numerous people or human beings that are now used to try and discourage the people of Zimbabwe. And it's simple to me. Do you expect that when you are protesting against someone, do you expect that person to say, yes, you are doing well? No, you are not. You don't expect Mbezi short that definitely on the 31st, I'll be one of the Zimbabweans that would be protesting. What did the regime do? They went after him. And as we are speaking, he is arrested. They are planning also to go after many activists. They will be hunting down, tracking many activists, those in Zimbabwe, whom they know that they have a potential to protest on the day. And I pray that many Begimpilos arise. Fellow countrymen, there is absolutely no way we can solve our situation if we fold our hands and think that someone, somewhere, somehow is going to come and rescue us. It is ourselves. The power is in us. Let's utilize the 31st of July. This is the time to utilize the 31st of July. People should protest. Let me listen to this also. It appears Traore is speaking a lot. Let me listen to one of his videos.
Number one, hondo yakarwiwa ka1 chete. Hatina nguva yekuramba tichingorwa hondo senyika. Murungu hapasina, murungu wamane muchida kurwisa ndeupi? Ari kubatirira vanhu ndeupi? Imi kana muchiti vanhu vari kuramba protest. Vanhu vari kushungurudzwa. It's very simple. Jelas mawari. Iwe hausi mwana mudiki. And I would like to believe in zera rako ane school. We don't never know what 18 years. The first people that need to believe what you're saying are your kids. Inini personally ndaramba kwenda ma-protest. But I'm sure you are a good father to such an extent you can convince your sons, your daughters to come and protest on the 31st of July. Ina hakuna murungu ba. Kune mboi. Kana unezwa wakakuronga iwewe jealous. Uya kusema usunobuziya wako. Uya street masite marare. Hapana street inozi iyi haibvumirwi munhu ane 50 years kufamba. Iyi haibvumirwi murume kufamba. Wada jealous unofamba uchitangira pawada. Uya uprotest jealous.
And also, Jealous Mawar responding to this. Let me, I didn't see this. It's getting interesting. Let me read for you the response 22 hours ago. He wrote it in Shona. I'll try. My Shona is not that good. He said, Dai fungwa zako zisina kuperera mu bleaching. You would have known that protesting is not criminal. It is a constitutional right enshrined in Section 59 of the Constitution. If Matsbaba asungwa, like you are saying, asungirwe, moswa yake ndeye, since calling for a demonstration is not a crime. Rather than blaming him as you here do, you should have been, as a responsible youth, demanding his immediate release. Praising your oppressor because you were once jailed in the epitome of cowardice. Ndokutengesa ikoko. Demonstrations are not illegal in Zimbabwe. People used to protest during Mugabe's time. We had countless demonstrations. When we were at UZ, haisi moswa kuratidzira. It's a pity to find a youthful person like you arguing that the suppression of people's constitutionally enshrined rights, like the right to demonstrate by the regime, is plausible. ED says he is a constitutionalist. So why is he arresting people who are exercising their constitutional rights? Zokuti ndiri kupi hazvinei newe. Iye ED waunoti aiwa hondo haisarwa ari kuZambia kana Mozambique. Saka chinoshamisira pakuti handisi kuZimbabwe chi. Iye iti paibva kuZambia neMozambique paground rekuZimbabwe rauri kuwawata rainge risipo here muna 1978 paground paunotaura paiva kumumbwa. Akawana nguva regedza ukawana nguva regedza kubleacha fungwa zishande mushe. I didn't see that coming. It says every Zimbabwean has a right to organize and involve themselves in protest as long as the protests are peaceful. There is nothing criminal with that. Hazvinei nekuti mawarire ibenzi kana kuti akangwara mutemo unoti vanhu vane mvumo yekuita ma-demonstration periods. I'm trying. I didn't call for the demonstration, but I support Zimbabweans who want to exercise their right to demonstrate. I cannot do that from wherever I am. In my support in the Siri background is useless. Why do you worry about it? To the extent of taking your bleached face on video to talk about a inconsequential old man like me. About your being arrested, you would do yourself good not mentioning that because you know you were a regime agent sent to infiltrate those who were demonstrating in October last year. Only last week, you were calling people in Mutare pretending to be organizing for the July 31st demonstration when you were trapping them for the regime. You think wakangwara? And it, you are a shameless regime agent. Uri kutsvaka mari yemafuta ekubleach. Kwana mfana iwe. Zimbabwe have a right to demonstrate if they wish to. That right cannot be taken away by some silly bloke who doesn't even believe in the natural tone of his skin to the extent of bleaching it. So that's jealous Mawar attacking one Traore. So it's quite disappointing. I want to hear what he said. I think I'll be back to speak about more issues. For now, if you want to catch up with me, do press the red or black subscribe button so that my channel doesn't disappear from you. And also, you can equally do so by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us. He's signing.